The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're building or buying or selling a home, the Real Estate Crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Cathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Welcome and thanks for joining us here on the Real Estate
Good
House Party.
job.
And look who else we have.
Oh my God,
We
it's
got
a
Christine
party.
Hurley at the party. At the Real Estate House Party.
It's a party.
It's a party.
I found her out in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
Out in the parking lot.
She thought it was the golden banana.
I did, but we've been that route, and that did not work.
Oh my
well.
god!
That
Oh
did-
my god! I heard
Throwing
you
my-
on.
Did you hear on Billy and Lisa?
Oh my god!
Okay.
I was gonna say the M word, but I was dying. I was dying because you probably made it up as you went.
Well, tell us the story.
She was saying a song.
I sang. Oh yes, I sang. Okay, let's see. Let's think. Now.
I know. I was trying to think of it too.
At the golden
banana.
a place that you can't bring your nana.
Oh, that's good.
At the golden banana. Music and flashing is always in fashion.
And at
Right.
the golden, we fell in love.
Yep. We
All
did
right,
that.
you two Barry Manilow freaks.
I know.
Me and
I
Tony
know.
might just
I
sit
know.
over here.
Yeah,
and-
that was a treat.
That was hysterical. That was. I was dying laughing because you
know
could
what?
hear her.
You know what? I do have a problem when you're on like Kiss 1A or one of those others. You always say to whoever. And you're
I love you.
I love you. You're my favorite person.
You're my favorite. I'm
And
like, no, I
I'm
am.
thinking that can't be true.
Is she ge-
I'm
she
her
said-
favorite.
I agree. I have had a lapse in judgment.
I know, but hold on.
I've,
You always go, Kathy, you're my favorite.
Yeah.
You said that to Lisa.
Yeah, Steve Sweeney says that. He says, don't listen to her, because I'll say, oh, you look so handsome. He says, I could be a wino in the streets.
Which
Oh,
you
Steve
are,
Sweeney?
Steve.
Yeah. And, he says, and you'd still say, you're so handsome. He said, your compliments mean nothing to me.
You know,
Wow.
That's a little-
Every time I have dinner, I say to my wife, even if we're out, I'll go, that's the best dinner I ever had. She goes, you said that yesterday. I go, yeah, but I hadn't had this dinner yet. Yeah. So up until right now, this is
You're
the
accurate.
best one.
You're
Yeah.
accurate.
My kids used to say that to me,
Yeah.
but all that was a like a mental what did Chrissy say about like a switch and bait and switch or whatever.
Bait and switch.
Yeah.
Basically to make me
Gaslighting.
gaslighting to
Yeah.
make me cook again.
Again,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Exactly,
very
that's what it
tricky.
is.
Did you fall
Exactly.
for it?
For 30 years I did.
They have to eat. Sure.
Now, my
Kids
mother,
gotta
I would
eat.
have never wanted her to cook again.
Me neither.
Oh,
my mother
was an awful cook.
My mother was too.
Bad.
Tony's
Any-
the cook around here.
Anything
Oh, yeah.
that didn't,
I'm a good
anything
cook.
she could put tuna fish. She'd put tuna fish in everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh.
Nope.
yeah. Oh God, she could ruin any meal with a can of tuna fish.
no.
That's
Yeah.
too bad. I feel bad for you guys because my mother was a wonderful cook.
Oh yeah.
She was?
No.
She said, "I'm cooking something different tonight."
Right. We had
Yeah.
hamburgers 6 days, and I'm like 3 years old. Hamburgers 6 days, and God rest her soul. 6 days in a row, I go, Mom, as a 3-year-old, I go, can we mix it up a little bit? So you know what she does is throw some pepper salt on the hamburger.
Onion salt.
Onion salt.
Onion salt.
And
Yeah,
said,
it's a
all
whole
right,
different
there's
thing
a whole
now.
new
It's a
meal.
whole
Yeah.
different thing
So
now.
all right, so I have a funny story. Right, we went to
It's
this.
about cooking.
Yeah.
You're not going to win on none of you guys are going to win on me one on
No, but
one
there
about
was
cooking with
so
my mother.
We had gone. The kids were little, and we had gone to like some sort of bingo night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some kind of event, and
Yeah.
the Pop Warner was trying to get rid of all their hamburgers and hot dogs,
Yeah.
that they didn't want to store over the
Right.
winter. So we won that.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
That's been so exciting.
Wow. You've
I
been
was
sitting
so-
on that all these years.
This is the first we've heard this story.
You are a hot dog hamburger heiress and
Yes.
you never said a word,
Yes.
Kath?
Yes.
God.
But my
Still
kid-
has it in her fridge.
my Matthew was 3 years old, right? And I go, "What do you want for lunch?" And he looked at me with his little face and his little finger, and he goes, I am never eating another hamburger or hot dog. I'm like, oh, okay then. Grilled cheese it is.
My Thanksgiving tradition used to be on every Friday, I'd go to my favorite place, Tootie's. You ever hear of Tootie's?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Tooties!
Great place. Every Friday I'd go and I'd say, I'll have a turkey sandwich. They'd say, oh, didn't you have enough yesterday? I go, oh, you don't
What
know
is
my
yesterday?
mother's cooking.
What was yesterday?
I've been looking for turkey all weekend.
You know, people are different. When my daughter Cecilia had her first apartment, my wife goes, Cecilia's cooking tonight, in her new place. I go, great. She's going to make, spaghetti and pasta and sauce and stuff. And I go, great. Who made the sauce? And she goes, she bought a jar of sauce. And I go, no daughter of mine is eating sauce
I would
from
draw
a
the line.
jar.
Right.
I go, I am driving to New York right now. I'm making sauce.
Of all the stuff our kids did,
Right.
but that's what people should do.
That was the line.
sauce.
That's it.
Honey,
you can't.
get the cost
kid of
out of it.
mine-
You know you can
A
make
kid
sauce.
of mine is going to make sauce out of
I
the
agree
jar.
with you on that.
Are you kidding
Same.
me?
I didn't know you could
What
make
are we,
it.
animals?
My
My
mother,
aunt's name was Ragu.
my mother used to say, jarred, make spaghetti, and
Yeah.
me and my brother hated onions, right? So she goes, there's no onions in this, there's no onions in this. And my brother was so technical and so
Yeah.
and he'd take and he'd literally search for the tiniest little onion, and he would line
Place
it
them
up
around
all
it,
around,
like-
and then he'd go, Mom, there's no onions in this.
He didn't get something across the back of his
Yeah,
head.
he probably
yeah,
did.
that wouldn't have flown
Yeah,
at
that
my
would
house.
He
Well,
probably
well.
did a couple times.
We had a Thanksgiving a couple years ago. I let Jimmy Hurley be in charge of the turkey.
Where
Do you
was
remember
Jimmy
that?
Hurley today?
He's out in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Maybe meeting a dame. But he.
More than likely
We're
scratching
not
the
at the we're not at the Golden Banana.
I know. He might be. But so I put him in charge of the turkey. We were having 26 people. For
What is
Thanksgiving.
wrong with you, Christine?
I don't
Did
know.
you cook the whole thing?
Well,
This is where we're getting to.
it arrived.
Okay.
We ordered the meal from Stop and
Yeah.
Shop,
Yeah.
the whole meal,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it comes with a butterball turkey and all the fixings and everything. He comes through first of all, he brought my truck because we thought the box was going to be, big.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
He comes back, the box is literally, it looks like Chinese takeout. I'm like, so we took the turkey out.
Sounds
put it
like
on the
Christmas
floor.
Story.
The turkey weighed 11 pounds.
For 26 people?
For 26
Exactly, for
people.
26 people. And we put my dog next to it, and I wrote, when your Yorkie is bigger than your Torquay.
How'd you pull that off for 26 people?
There was a lot of corn, a lot of taters,
A lot of filler.
a lot of
Lot
filler,
of
a lot of stuffing,
Yeah.
a lot
Taters
of
and
stuffing.
corn? I would've gone to your
I
house
made a
for
turkey out of
turkey.
Rice Krispie treats. I mean, we had all,
It's all covered.
Yeah,
you're not gonna.
all covered.
You're not
all
gonna fool.
covered.
You're not gonna fool the Hurley girl.
No.
This could be our holiday special show.
Honestly, Christine, please don't ever ask Jimmy or any male for that matter to
awful.
take care of the
For the what?
anything.
the entertainment.
What's that?
Take care of the food. Like,
Yeah,
don't have Jimmy take. Don't.
If you have
Take
like
care of it.
26.
You ordered it from Stop and Shop, right?
No.
Yeah, and they said how many people, and he probably said,
Oh, he
That's
ordered
exactly what he did.
Right.
That's exactly what he did.
No
He's
wonder
like,
he's
I
not
don't
coming
know.
in today.
Yeah. He's ashamed. And last
do
week
you
I caught
blame him?
I caught him putting Dollar Tree liquid into my Tide bottle.
What?
I said, "You are the cheapest." What? I make a nice living. I'm rich.
Yeah.
We don't need to do that.
Well, have you seen her ring?
I know. Bam!
Wow, how did you get that? Oh, story for another time.
I don't know. Did I bring my donut?
I can't.
We did so well for 9 minutes. We had our holiday special going, and we just lost it.
Is this one live? Are we live?
Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
Oops.
Oh my
9
God.
minutes in, we got out the donut.
Yeah.
All right. So, can you just do the when you had to go to the football field?
Can I jump in for a second? Remember when we first started this?
Yeah.
You were kind of the left side, kind of the devil.
Yeah, yeah.
She was the little
Yeah,
angel
yeah,
who
yep.
kept
kept.
all of us. And she has lost it.
I have transformed into.
Now he's the real estate expert.
This is the problem with me. Everyone comes over to my side. I've worked clubs before.
That's true.
And by the end of the week, everyone is talking like me, dressing like me,
Smoking
it's
cigars.
Like, he can do it. Why do the rest of us have to act like human?
Kayak for everyone, every parent in the place. They go ahead.
I just want to hear your bit about having to sign your son up for football.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Make sure it's like the yummy mummies and that whole. Make sure the whole thing. If you need any help, just
in
let
the
me know.
old days, you should squelch this, and we'd have to get her going. Now
I know. This is terrible. I'm quite a distraction to the real estate.
I am woman, hear me roar.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Go.
Yes, I am. Just the typical when your kids are little and they want to play baseball.
Yeah, sports. Yeah.
And my two boys were terrible. They were not athletic. Very bad. Very, very, very bad. One used to just run in circles and look at the butterflies. And they're just bad. So at one point years ago, Jimmy got a call that he got a secret email that there was going to be an Elite Select Extreme All-Star AAA AAU Select Extreme Travel All-Star. They were only picking
that
12.
no one was supposed to know about.
No one knew about.
Right,
and they were only picking 12 kids in the town. He said, get down there, get Brennan on this team. I said, so I put my morning after pill in my wallet. And then I got in the truck and I white knuckle it down there and I get there and oh goody, super secret email. They're all lined up in front of me. 120 of the most pathetic, desperate Plymouth housewives.
You got to be like
baseball
14
mothers.
people there. They're picking 12, right?
More than likely.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh God, geez, you got to be kidding me. And they're all, what's the thing that they're all like dolled up for baseball. So I'm like, oh my God, sorry I'm late.
I didn't eat today.
I forgot to eat today.
Except for my salad.
I love salad. I love salad. I really do. Yeah, so it's just, and they're dressed up, and it's
The
just,
yummy mummies
yummy
in the
mummies, they're all
Lulu.
Lululemon pants and the whole thing. I have a pair of sweatpants that say Foxwoods down one leg.
Foxy on the butt.
Foxy on the back. Bootylicious.
And then had your donut somewhere.
Had my donut. Absolutely did.
Well, she had her wine.
Jimmy, we've been waiting for you. All right, we're going to get the good stuff going now.
Yeah, so it was just waiting in line. I said, I'm on number 5 here. These people, I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
I've done 5 kids.
You got shit to do.
I got shit to do. I go, tick-tock. So I cut the line. I said to the guy, well, Nolan. He said, Mrs. Hurley. I said, who do I have to take a nap with?
to get my son
on this team.
And what did he say?
He said, don't talk to me, talk to Chris Parker. And I said, Parker? No way. I banged him twice for football.
You know what?
Not happening.
You know what the saddest part is? We deal with a Chris Parker, one of our lenders. Every time I see him, I have to laugh. I go, is that how Christine got?
Not him again.
That's how I got my mortgage. Thank you, Parker.
Christine got a 1.9 30-year fix.
Hey, I had one of those ones.
Yeah, we know how. Yeah.
I don't think that. Yeah, I think that's not far from the truth, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you actually have to nap with Chris Parker?
I may have.
Okay. I'm sorry. Am I asking too many
no shame in
questions?
that.
I drink.
Yeah, I know.
You expect me to know things from day to day? From this day to tomorrow? No.
I drink.
No, ma'am.
I like the last time you were telling us about your drinking, and Jimmy was here, and he's obviously avoiding this because we'd bring him into the conversation, which I don't think he likes. So you were talking about you out in the front lawn, and the sprinkler would wake you up, and Jimmy brought your kids out.
Not my happy. That's a true story.
Is it?
Not my happiest. Not my proudest moment.
So I said, Jimmy, did that really happen? All I see is twice.
Yeah. Isn't that charming?
And the other favorite one was Jimmy. His father says, Jimmy, how did sandy footprints get on the?
How do you remember that on the Gran Torino station wagon?
Yeah.
Sandy footprints from the beach on the ceiling of the.
How in the heck did that happen?
How did that happen, Christine?
I couldn't tell you. My God, I think I must have thrown my flip-flops back.
I can't with you.
I don't remember how that happened.
You're driving. Yeah, you put your flip-flops up
that
top
must have been what it was.
To brace yourself.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You guys need a convertible.
Oh, no, they don't.
Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't.
And then my other favorite story, and this was real life, and here comes Jimmy. He's working on the roof or working on the
remember that?
house, and he got hit by the caulking.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
thing.
can you come in here to verify
He
a
had
few of
the-
these?
He was on the ladder on the ladder, and he was fixing the window. So he
Right.
had the big
He had the big caulking.
tube. So it.
And
he
you hear
moved
that
the
a lot
ladder.
around a lot with the Hurley house.
Well, not. So I guess he moved the ladder, and the gun came off and crashed him. And he had blood pouring down.
And the whole Hurley family's out in the front yard
sympathy.
laughing their heads off.
My little guy, Brent, he was like 3 at the time. He goes, "Daddy just got hit in the head with a big cock."
And the fact that you guys thought that was funny.
Hilarious.
Oh, you don't find that funny?
Hilarious.
Yeah, I do.
Found it hilarious.
Now, how would your kids be if something happened in your house? I know how it'd be in my house. Would you get sympathy, like
No.
you fell down the stairs?
No.
No, weren't we just talking
No,
about
we'd laugh about it. Yeah.
That's what I said. You know what? I said, you and your family have warped me. I said, I've known you for 40-something years.
They have warped
They
you.
warped me
Yeah.
because they used to
Yeah.
laugh at like people falling down stuff. I used to think, this is cool. Now I can't get enough. I'm on TikTok watching people fall. It's hilarious.
Instagram has a page called Idiots Getting Hurt.
Oh.
And it's the best thing.
I
I will watch it
love it.
endlessly and howl.
So will I.
The beauty of someone getting hurt is when you see the first frame, when
You
you,
already
see
know.
the beginning, you know what's going to happen. They don't. It's like
that's
it's
idiots.
like Fredo.
That's idiots.
It's like Fredo in The Godfather.
Getting in the boat.
Oh,
Right.
getting in the boat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're going for a little
right.
ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alfredo.
Oh,
Right.
it's a lovely day for a boat trip.
Right. Everybody knows what's going to happen except for the guy that it's going to happen to.
Fredo.
There's one, I'm sure you guys have seen it since you guys watch Idiots
Yeah.
Getting Hurt or
Yeah.
whatever, but there's two older women on like scooters.
Yeah.
You know, the one-legged, like you put your feet on.
Yeah.
And they're at the top of this really steep hill.
Yeah.
And they think that they're going to make it to the bottom.
All the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Jimmy,
And you know they're not going to.
No,
course
they
not.
don't even get like 5 feet.
No.
They're
So
like,
you see it at you see the ending already. That
You
they've
already know what's going to
no,
happen.
you don't.
Yes.
Even, yeah, you see it, but you
Yeah.
don't. It's
Yeah.
in your brain.
Yeah.
Jimmy's
that's
nephew, Peter Karafis, has, 3 million views? 3 million
Really?
views at Patriots Super Bowl. He had season tickets. He was carrying 2 trays of beers. So he had beers in plastic cups. So he had a tray of 4 here and a tray of 4 here. And he's walking up the stairs, and one of his buddies starts taking a picture of him. He's like, "Yeah, he fucking ate shit." He went down.
That's
You
all
can
right.
say that.
That's all right.
Okay. He ate shit. He saved half of them, though.
That's
Oh,
good.
he did?
That's good.
But it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. $1,000 worth of beers.
Now he's a veteran from. He was in Afghanistan and in Kuwait.
And the
Iraq.
beers took them in.
Well, the bears didn't take him in, but one of the kids in Iraq recognized him
Oh, wow.
and sent him a message.
Oh.
Is this you?
3 million views.
Yeah, 3 million
Wow.
views. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Just because he
crazy.
dropped his, probably because he knew he just
It's
lost
the
about
best.
$500.
I love people watching.
Or like ladies that come out and they look beautiful and the huge
yeah.
heels, and they're walking along, and all of a sudden they just like wipe out.
Right. The only thing funnier to me is watching a comedian on stage eat it. That ain't me.
Tony, the endorphins that I get from that.
yeah.
The complete pleasure. I'm like, oh,
Who's the worst you've ever seen?
No, I'm not going to name
no,
names.
Well,
you
don't
can't.
name, but what was
Yeah.
the situation? Just
No, you can't even do that.
No,
you can say
yeah.
how the situation.
You're an instigator.
I
I remember one time at Nick's years ago. There was a fella who did stand up, and he was a gay fella and made no bones about it.
Yeah.
And Nick's was, nor should he have, by the way. But in the late '80s, early '90s at Nick's, they were not the most woke group of people.
Oh, they are now.
And this guy is
They're
up
all-
on stage prancing. and singing David Bowie's Fashion.
What tipped you off?
And I'm in the back watching this unfold, and I see this audience go from mild disinterest to
Hatred.
grumbling to open discussion to just booing this guy unmercifully and calling him names that should not be uttered in polite society.
That's so sad.
And, no, it was the funniest thing I had ever seen in my life. And it two things happened. In the back, I'm standing there going, well, thank God I don't have to follow I do. And then the guy comes off, and he walks right up to me as I'm getting introed. He goes, well, I think the people that were listening to me really enjoyed it.
That's the kiss of death.
And I mean, if there was a cross that this guy could have been burnt on, they would have done it.
Oh my
Now,
God.
I consider you one of the more woke comedians.
I
out
am
there.
very woke.
I'm
So
100%.
I'm going to give you something that I still laugh about to this day.
Yeah.
Hold on. She thinks she's 100% woke.
Oh,
No,
no,
not me.
you were the next one I was going to say.
Oh.
You
no,
and Tony.
I thought you said
Very-
you were woke. I'm like, nah.
Very
Tolerate
politically
nothing.
correct.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I see
No, but
you,
Tony doesn't usually swear on his.
Not a whole bunch.
so let me
no.
tell you my Tony story.
And it's never nasty.
No,
like,
no. Well, until you hear this story. So playing softball, you probably don't remember it. This was years ago
Yeah.
when the Giggles had a softball team.
I remember that.
My son played
4-time
on it.
champions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's right. That's right. Better get that in there.
Not that I remember
Yeah.
it, but
So
4-time
one,
champions.
don't look at your watch. It's way too late at this point. Go ahead, put it away.
I got someone calling me.
Oh, okay, all right. So one of these fashion type of guys.
Yeah.
I guess he was a comedian. Did some of the shows with.
Yeah.
Now playing first base.
Oh, I remember this.
Remember?
Yeah.
And at first base, he started arguing about a play.
Right.
And you said,
We gave you wedding. Now
I
you're
gave
going to
you
take
marriage. Now you're going to take softball
away
away.
from us.
Jimmy, is that the best line?
We gave you weddings.
We gave you wedding,
yeah.
and now you want to take
There
softball.
was a gentleman on their softball team, and he was
He was gay.
delightful.
Okay.
He was delightful. And he
There's no
was,
problem
he
with
was
gay.
first base. Nope, he
Yeah.
was gay first base, and he started arguing about a play. And Tony said, "Jesus, we gave you people marriages. We gave you weddings. Now you're going to take softball."
Now, we don't have any problems with any of the
Nope.
above.
No.
But just in the context how you said
Tell,
it was.
tell.
Well, listen, to that end, let me just say this. We got to get there. Until you can make fun of everybody,
Exactly.
it's not gonna be an
Exactly.
equal
Now you can't.
society.
You can't
Yes.
make fun
like
of the
that.
Yes.
French
Right,
cuisine
right,
anymore,
right,
right?
right.
Because
Like
people
that.
are offended
Yeah.
by that.
Yeah.
Well, who was that?
These are they're jokes only.
Right.
This
Exactly.
guy, I knew the guy.
Right.
He knew my heart. He knows I don't care one little
First,
bit.
we gave you marriage.
Marriage,
Now
and
you're
now
taking
this.
softball away
Well,
from us.
that's
I
right.
still.
Did you see the research thing at Harvard or something that was on the news the other night? Did you see it, Jimmy? Would Airplane, the movie, make it today?
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw that movie the
Yeah.
other day.
Did you just and
That
absolutely
movie
not.
is hysterical.
They said that would never
Oh, it would
get
never make it.
Of course
never make
not.
it today.
No.
No.
That movie was
Peter Graves.
Oh, my God.
Wasn't there another
I wouldn't even
one, like a
repeat the-
cowboy?
Blazing
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
That would definitely
Someone-
not make
someone
it today.
put-
And what
Someone
about the
put
Three
up-
Stooges?
Someone put up a thing online somewhere, if Blazing Saddles were made today, and they run the credits, and then it says the end.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything else is good.
Yeah.
It's the end.
So Tony does have one dirty joke that I
Tony has
remember.
a bunch of Tony jokes.
No, dirty.
What's my dirty joke?
Our
It's
favorite.
about the time that someone help me out here. About the time you got to pick either a hooker or a pie.
No, it's not dirty. It's just confusion. Yeah.
I have my favorite Tony dirty one.
I have
Tell it.
two of my
It's not
favorites.
dirty,
Tony's.
but
If
that's
I
what
was-
I
All
mean.
right,
if-
we can just
if I
yell out
was-
to Tony.
Yeah.
We're going to throw
I
a
go,
buzzword.
You get to a certain age,
Yeah.
and I haven't done this one in a while, but it's, if I was confronted by a naked woman with a pie in her hand, it would be the most confusing day of my life. I would have to think a moment and go, what kind of pie is that, naked lady?
I love that.
All right, do you have time to tell the talking?
You
the
tell
cape.
me.
Oh, the cape. My dentist.
Yeah.
I got a new dentist. He's hot. My God.
What's his name?
Dr. Brendan David Prindeville, Duxbury Dental. Now, he is
Does a lot of. I won't say.
I'm
it.
telling you, he is the most beautiful human. I get so nervous around him. I'm going 3 or 4 times a week.
You get the cleanest teeth
Yes.
in Plymouth.
Well, tomorrow I go for a pap smear.
That's
At Duxbury Dental?
That's
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
That's an interesting route to get to your molars.
I think so too. I think so too.
That was pretty good, though. That's
Yeah,
good.
Interesting route, but effective.
But he's this very straight-laced, Tufts. He's a professor at Tufts. So now I kind of warmed down a little bit. So he has these jokes. He tells me. So the last time when he goes to a couple, John and Helen, they're celebrating their 60th anniversary, and Helen says to John, "Go in the bed, get naked, go in the bed. I got a surprise for you." So Helen goes in the bathroom, comes out. She's wearing nothing but a cape. Okay?
Yeah.
She puts her arms up and she says, "Super pussy." And John said, "I'll take the soup."
That was your dentist?
That was my dentist.
Wow.
Yeah.
To be honest, he could have said the worst joke in the world.
Yeah,
You would
you
have been
would.
laughing your ass off.
You bet I would have.
But that's our straight-laced
Bet I would've.
dentist.
Right,
Oh, my-
right.
say
You
that.
wore him down.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
All right, you got to tell the talking dog joke. Since we're
The best.
we're not quite getting to real estate. We might have to have Christine come back. Can you come
I don't
back?
mind. I'll come back.
All right.
I'll gladly come
I
back.
don't think we talked about any real estate.
I know. Look at Chrissy.
Probably
She
not.
put all over the.
Chrissy is just shaking her head in
I know,
disgust
the poor
at this
thing.
point.
It's terrible. We're terrible
Listen,
people.
this is what we do
I
to
know,
make
I know, that's all
ourselves
we
feel
can do.
better.
I
and
know.
it's our
This is
weekly-
our therapy.
This is
Does
our
that-
weekly
Does that make
therapy.
us bad people?
Not even in the least.
Okay, I appreciate
No,
it.
because we're her favorite.
We are her favorite.
Hello.
I know.
Hello.
All right. So tell the talking dog, but he's at a house. So
Yeah.
you can, segue
Yeah,
it
the
in.
guy sees an ad for a talking dog. It says talking dog,
Have you heard this one?
$50. He can't believe it. He goes, "This can't be real." So there's a phone number.
Jimmy, you've heard this one.
He calls the number on the phone, the phone number, and the guy picks it up and he goes, "You the guy selling the talking dog?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, $50. He goes, "Absolutely." He goes, "Can I come over and see this dog?" He goes, "Yeah, come over." Gives him the address. Guy shows up, rings the doorbell. The guy opens the door and he goes, "You the guy with the talking dog?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, $50 for a talking dog. He goes, "Absolutely." He goes, "Can I see this dog?" He goes, "Yeah, he's in the back room watching television." So the guy goes back. There's the dog sitting on the couch, and the guy looks at the dog and goes, "You the talking dog?" And the dog looks at him and goes, "Well, yes, I am." And the guy's astounded. And he goes, "Well, tell me a little bit about yourself." And the dog says, "It's a story like any other. I
I
found
can hear
out
this a million times.
I found out I had this gift, and man being my best friend, I knew I was destined to help out man. So I became a bomb-sniffing dog, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I personally kept 23 bombs off of planes that you'll never ever read about. Because I got a little bit tired of that, so I become a drug-sniffing dog. And I personally kept 40,000 kilos of cocaine from ever getting in this country, not to mention the marijuana I kept. He goes, "I did that for a while." And I did some border work, and I don't know where you stand politically, but I personally
This is the dog.
kept thousands of illegals from coming into the country. He goes, "I got a little burnt out, so I backpacked around Europe for a while. I joined the Foreign Legion. I helped them out for a bit. And I knew I was meant to help mankind, so I decided to become a rescue dog in the Alps, and I pulled the royal family out of an avalanche." And the guy's open-mouthed looking at the dog. And he looks at the other guy, and he goes, "How can you sell a dog like this for $50? And the guy goes, "Because he's a fucking liar."
Oh, my God.
But this is all done in a house, right?
Yeah, in a house.
Yes,
During an open house. That was on the market.
Exactly.
Yes.
And there you go, folks.
There you go, folks.
That's all the real estate you're going to get today.
I wonder if we should wrap up with that. Christine, can you come back next week?
Oh, my God.
certainly
I don't know if I can
I'll
handle
be
her
here.
coming back next
Oh.
week.
Jimmy, can you drive her back
You're my
next
favorite.
week?
I know.
Thanks for joining us here on the Real
Thank
Estate
you,
House
everybody.
Party. Hopefully, we get a lot of real estate in next week.
Next week, we will.
We got Christine Hurley, Cathy Holtshouser, Tony V, and the talking dog might make a special appearance.
And he's a fucking liar.
You've changed. See you next
We've
week.
worn her down. We've worn her down. Bye.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21, Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.